Okay, guys, welcome everyone again to another photo on the Elliott Wave forecast. It's going to take, as always, around 30 minutes, 25 minutes to give you a conclusion of the day. As expected last night, the US dollar bounced, and the bounce is corrective. The bounce is corrected and in 7 swing. The bounce comes in the way that I expected. If you guys on the yesterday live session, remember that I say to sell the euro around 29.40, looking around 28 something, and that's what I was expecting when I said that to you guys on the yesterday room. All right, and the euro, the same with the dollar, they did a 7 swing to an extension of equal legs. So the bounce is correctly off the low in the dollar. Even though you cannot draw that much conclusion there, you got from the dollar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swing. Both legs, they are equal from the connector. So the bounce is corrected. Now, what we should expect from here, by days, we're getting close to the honeymoon, like I call it. In the idea world, this cycle, in the ideal world, the dollar is going to do a B. It's going to do this. That's the ideal world. But in the no idea world, the dollar can run out from here. So what I mean with that is that is still no reason to be long dollar. Right? Still no reason to be long US dollar. Right? So the bounce is corrective and in 7 swing. So at this moment, it hasn't reached the area that we are expecting. The whole market bounced from the 3802 of the move that we called yesterday ended, which is the move from 81.46. The whole market bounced from there. The dollar, the S&P did the same. It bounced from the 3802. Everything bounced from there. Now we gotta wait and see how the market react. This is corrective from the lows here also. But if you notice, the first leg of the reaction right here, it was a 5-way move. All right, so that makes it very interesting. Still, the 1 hour trend in the whole market, and I want to be clear about it. The 1 hour trend in the whole market is bullish risk on. All we're doing is waiting for an extension to the 618 or 50 back of the move from November 13. Now, there is no guarantee that we're going to get there. Now, if we go and we make a new low, doesn't change anything because that's going to make 5 swings, and we know that the change then change in the 4 hour also. All right, so everything is pretty clear. Everything is being to the point. Let's see if the market gets into the double correction. This is a swing, and I repeat it one more time. In the idea world, the market should put back, should make a B and the C way. The whole market should do the same. And then from there, we should know that there is no guaranteed, and I want to be clear about it, that that's been the case. No always reach our levels when it's into a correction. All right. And if you guys check the trend report, the trend report is saying in most of the risk assets, it say in most of the risk assets, if you guys look at it, it say down by correcting. That means that the move is seen corrective to the upside in this case. The euro out by correcting. That means that the move is being seen as a corrective to the downside. The euro can outrun to the highs from here. The same with the dollar can outrun to the downside from here. So the reaction is very strong in every index. So that's pretty clear right there. And I mean, that's pretty clear right there what the intention of the market. We're getting close. I want you guys to remind that this is the target, 80.73. As far as this low is not broken. But the reaction from the lows is corrected and in 7 swing. The 1 hour trend in the dollar still is to the downside. And I want you guys to keep that in mind. If we take a look at the euro dollar, it's about the same, but otherwise, the euro dollar reaction from the highs is in 7 ways and corrected to the 3802 of this reaction. And idea war, the euro should test 128. All right. So one thing is idea. One thing is idea. One thing is what's going to happen. So no reason to buy the dollar, in my opinion. No, after seeing the reaction that is taking place from the today's equal legs target, I would rather wait for confirmation again or buy or sell the dollar at that, or sell the dollar right here at the 80.74 if that was the case, knowing that the first reaction is in 7 swing now, right? Any question about the dollar? Any question about the dollar? Everybody understand the dollar right there? Very simple, right? And we keep repeating, and if you guys look at the label, is right here, we're calling the correction in the dollar completed. If you take a look at the 4 hour in the dollar, if you take a look at the 4 hour price or charge in the dollar, I want you guys to look at it. We praising the correction ended. All right. It's an S, an alternative W. Until the market doesn't show the W, we're going to call the correction completed. Now we're waiting for confirmation. Right? Everyone is clear in that. Now, Got a question? Idea war, the price is going to do now a B way and a C way higher. That's idea war. Now, because the 1 hour trend is lower, you don't take this long. It's very risky because this one do not invalidate the 1 hour trend. Like I said yesterday, as far as it get to the 80.74 area, 80.80, and the 1 hour trend still remains bearish like it is, you should sell it there. Everybody understand that? Everybody understand that? These people play a lot of games. And they can come and they say now, and they don't want to send it. This can be also a nest. 1, 2, 1, 2. And start a wave 3 down here. So I don't recommend going long dollar. I recommend waiting to sell the dollar still, in my opinion. Everybody understand why, right? Because it hasn't confirmed. The 50-minute trend was the one that changed right here. The sending the euro that invalidate the 1, 2, 1, 2 count. But it can be a nest, and this can be 1, 2, 1, 2, and these things can explode out of the planet L. I don't think that that's the case, but it's possible. So you don't trade against the trend. You cannot sell it until the 1 hour trend become bearish in the case of the euro. Everybody understood that? Now, the S&P is the same. You got a 1 hour trend to the outside and the fall to the downside. You cannot sell it, and it is not smart to sell it until the 1 hour doesn't become bearish. Idea war, it should go to 1370 and higher, but also can go lower. Then it can go higher from here. The correction not always reach the 50% back. Look, it did only a 38 or 2 correction here. Right? So selling risk is not recommended. We are pretty close. If the C wave happen, bottom line is that if we break here strong, we're going to know that goes to 1575. If it goes here and break mathematically and momentum, it break the low, when it here, we know that it goes to 1270. So we're pretty close. We are in the game. So I don't want you guys to get silent, but getting smart. Right? Everybody understand that, right? I hope that everyone understand that. Now, the S&P, again, ideally is going to go to this area. If it keeps guys starting going higher, it can get bullish in a second. The 1 hour still is higher, the 4 hours still lower. The option from higher is very simple, a short B way. The decline is in 3 way. Now, if I see 5 ways here, I can tell you sell. But the idea that the decline was in 3 way, that can be your B way there. That can be your B way. And it can run higher. Even can do this and run here and get back. But it's no a sell. That's all I want to say. Everybody understand that? Everybody understood that? Risk is no sell yet, guys. The 1 hour trend still is up. I want you guys to look at it. Everybody understood that? I'm trying to be clear here. Right? Everybody's clear. I mean, now, this is another one, Cooper. No, this is another one. What is Cooper? Right here. Cooper is showing 5 ways to the top. Cooper is bullish. And, I mean, he hasn't reached the 50 back. 1 second. But it got pretty close. It's not necessary. Idea war is going to reach the 50 back at least. But no always going to do it. All you need to know is that this is your connector. Idea war is going to do this. But can run higher from here. You can no sell. You only sell into a C way of an ABC or into a correction when it is an ABC. As far as it's not an ABC, you do not sell. Because sometimes correction doesn't go to the 50 back. And that's when you can get in trouble. If the S&P or the dollar, better say, was showing here a 5-way move, I would say we can buy here looking higher. But this is corrective. No need to sell. It's better wait for the confirmation on the downside. And finally, I want to mention about right here. 1 second. Market is pretty clear, guys. Pretty clear. This is where are my labels? This is the dollar yen. The euro yen. Like I say, labels get erased. I mean, I tell the truth. As far as the 1 hour trend is in place, you gotta be bullish or at least have the hope that the low in risk is in place and the risk on is gonna take over. This can be in a scenario. We know that this cycle ended. And why you don't sell into corrections? Why you always trade with the trend? It's because look, ABC, W, ABC, this one here, this is a connector. It never reached the 50 back. I would rather let the market run and buy the dip with the trend that do it otherwise. It's like what the trend reports say here. Corrective wave needs to be bought on 0, 3, 7, or 11 swing against the higher degree trend. In the case of the euro, the higher degree trend is in the 15 minutes is lower, the higher degree is the 5. 3 ways lower, you need to buy it. Don't play the short side, guys. I mean, the most the short can do is give you another 100 picks to the downside before confirmation that it goes to 125 if it wasn't the case. But until that happen, you guys need to be smart, right? So idea war overall market, this pair, for example, the euro yen, it needs to go idea war to 103.72. That's idea war. But if it does this, that's your connector. Connector means that this cycle ended. Any questions so far? And like I say, if I put right here the euro dollar, the correction can be over here. And the euro can start already do this and going higher. That's why you don't sell it until you have confirmation, which maybe I doubt it, that it's going to do this. If it reach 128 and still the 1 hour trend is to the upside, you got to buy the euro with no fear. Remember, the 1 hour trend always changes before the 4. Look at the dollar. The dollar reached his 50 back here. So the right way to play it is, of course, you try to avoid the conflict between the 1 and the 4 hour. And but with a 1 hour bullish, you cannot sell it until the 1 hour confirmed that is gonna go with the 4. You understand that, Neil? So I think that you or somebody Neil changed. Someone was asking on the room what it means with that. Is that you do not sell until they align. All right. So it's clear, guys. I think it's clear. The first step for the bullish reaction kind of is there. All correction in risk, they're proving to be corrected, and in 3 ways. So that's I mean that I mean that with you gotta wait in order to sell risk. I mean, you gotta wait for the dollar to say that it's gonna get into a double. You cannot buy the dollar right now. You can. Doesn't mean, I know how people are. They get desperate. They believe that because the euro dropped from 130 to 128 and change, it's going to keep going lower. It's not like that. You got to wait in order to buy, because when he confirmed it's going to be at 80 and change, it's going to put back, and you know it's a free ride to 82. As of right now, you cannot sell risk. Look at the euro yen. It's a clear cut. Index, another swing to the outside most likely. Look at the dollar yen. Very clear. From the lows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Index a 6 and a 7. Look at Cooper, like Greg's saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bullish. So another round of risk on is going to happen. So be smart. Right? Any question, guys? That's what I'm going to say. Conclusion of the forum is that you guys should not be selling risk. You guys should be thinking of buying as far as the 1 hour trend is still to the outside. Any question about the market, guys? Everybody understood what we're trying to say? We need the in my eyes, the market is bullish. In my eyes, the market is correcting before another leg higher in risk. That's what my eyes telling me. At least another extension in the market in risk on. That's the conclusion. Don't sell risk. Think about start buying risk until we say otherwise. Let's hope I mean, ideally, Kelly, should happen this week. I think that with the reaction that we got from the lows in the dollar and the euro and Aussie, with that reaction, I think that it can do this. The euro can do this. If this is going to happen, it should be by Friday. I mean, it's like me, guys. I mean, I'm being flat. I don't pick. I won't sell the euro here, picking. I didn't buy it here, to be honest with you guys. I'm waiting for the 128 area. And seeing, because I know that from there, Kelly, I'm going to get a 300 pip trade either side. You see what I mean? So that's what I'm waiting. It's like you hunting and you see a small deer and you say, nah, let him go. Let's go for the big one. And you let him go. That's what I'm doing. It's clear. Some people don't understand it, but it's clear. This trading signal that we have, remember, you guys can follow the chart. That's not an issue with us. And the chart has been on the money 90% of the time. I don't think that nobody in the world called yesterday the gold move like we did. You can do it your own way. But this system that we have won't give you that many trades, but they give you a higher degree security trades. And like I say, around the 50%, if continuation is going to happen, should happen about the 50%. So I think everything is clear, guys. If there is no more questions, I don't recommend selling risk. I recommend waiting for confirmation before you selling risk. But if you guys see that the indices, everyone do the double correction, and it gets to that 50% targets that we have in the trend report, and we get there and we haven't changed the 1 hour trend against risk, you need to create long risk position, guys. You understand that, Greg? I'm asking you to see if I say it in the clear way, because I know you understand my language. You need to keep bullish risk in 1 hour until we say otherwise. If the S&P, the question is if the S&P makes 5 ways of the lows of this low, yeah, you can add in the 50 back. As far as it buying, listen, this was a great buy in the euro, for example. This was, and the dollar, this was a great buy, 1.236. Is 3 ways against the trend, the higher degree trend. It's clear as a water right there. Okay, guys, I gotta switch to the Spanish one. I'm gonna have the recording as soon as possible. So see you guys later on. Thank you.